Where did the journey to getting in the ring and competing begin?
Oh gosh, I love these questions because I would say definitely when it began was when I first got signed with WWE. I've always been a fan since I was a little girl, but I just never really thought that was a possible dream. Like me as a wrestler, I just didn't think that would ever even be an opportunity. But I've my entire life since I've been 3 years old, I wanted to be a storyteller and be an entertainer, and that's everything I've always been doing my whole life. If it's either ballet, if it's plays, if it's in Hollywood telling, being in movies or TV shows, like everything involves storytelling. That's like the one consistent thing I would always say was storytelling and entertaining, putting smiles on people's faces. But I've kept training since day one. Since I got signed in 2013 at the Performance Center NXT, I was down there for 6 months before I got brought up. So it's only how much can you learn in 6 months. You can basically learn headlock takeover. Maybe hit the ropes. You can't. It takes time. They say to be great at anything, it takes 10,000 hours. And so, that's why you see my husband, Rusev, that's why he's great. He's been wrestling for 10 years. That's why Bailey's great. She's been wrestling 10 years. Natty's great. 14 years, 15 years. Charlotte is one of those freaks of nature that, but she's also legitimately genetically superior than each and every single one of us.
Lives the gimmick.
Yeah, she's just an incredible athlete. There's no one like her. She was offered over 200 scholarships in volleyball and gymnastics to all D1 schools. It's just she had the best of the best as an athlete. And, even her, she wrestled 5 years, at this point it's 6 years, so it takes time to become great and it takes 10,000 hours. But I've been since 2013 just trying to get in the ring as much as possible. If it's going down to NXT on my off days, if it's going to live events early, but how much can you really get in when they're not giving you matches, or I'm only wrestling an hour for a live event with gold dust. And it's not that's the great thing about the Performance Center is that they're down there 5 days a week, training for 6 hours, having 4 or 5 shows a week, and then you're able to improve a lot. So where I noticed a big jump and change was when Rusev got injured, and I was able to go down there, and I just I kind of felt bad that he was injured, but I was like, look, I have to focus on me. I can't just be the goody two-shoe wife, cook, cleaning, and listening to you right now. Your mom is going to be here, I have to go train. So I went, and I was down there probably around December, going there on my off days, and then full time down there for about 3 months. But still, it's only 3 months. It's not a lot of time. But I noticed a huge change in my wrestling when I was wrestling with these girls 5 days a week, 5 hours a day, having single matches 3 days a week. And but it just takes time. I think if I could do that for 2 years, I think I would be. I know I would be great. I know I pick up quickly. I know I'm athletic in it. But just with anything, to be a master at it takes 10,000 hours. And so the transition it's challenging because I think the WWE Universe, they want all the women to wrestle like Randy Orton and Rusev and Kevin Owens and John Cena. That's what they want to see. They don't want to see you learning. They want to see you like Sasha Banks and Bailey.
They're very impatient.
Oh, they're very impatient.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I get it. I get our universe, and I'm very thankful that at least I can provoke a reaction, boo or cheer out of them. But I love wrestling, and I do it because hello.
How do you do?
I'm in an interview right now, talking about my wrestling.
Of course you did.
Of course.
She always talks about wrestling.
Are you just gonna join in, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm jumping right in.
He gets scared for my wrestling because
I do. I get nervous.
Yeah, because he wants me to always do good, but not even good. But you get.
I'm just afraid that if you get hurt, I can't do nothing about it. If it's me, I get hurt, fine, I'll get surgery. But her, she's my wife. I don't want her to be hurt.
Well, how encouraging were you? Throughout the whole time? You're just, don't do it?
No, don't do it. Let me fight. You just go and talk. You're fine. And but she just wants to do whatever she wants to do, and she went over my head, of course, and she started wrestling.
Well, he really wanted me to stay home and take care of him and cook, clean, and listen and bake some
Which
salmon.
is nothing wrong with that.
The massage his feet and bake salmon and like comb his hair. That's really what he wanted me to do. But you know, just like I helped take him to the top. And look, I love obviously being with him, but I feel like you know, at this time, I want to make sure that I make a name out of myself in the women's division. And when managing a man, unfortunately, they, you know, even though I took him to the top, and you know, I'm cutting promos with The Rock and John Cena. You know, when they refer to the women's evolution, my name isn't heard anywhere. So if I have to enter in the women's division to fight and to compete, and then bring Tamina or what other women to the top to establish my name, then that's what I have to do.
Excellent. So I know you seemed kind of annoyed that she's always asking about wrestling behind the scenes.
Said that?
No,
You just said that. So do you bug him a lot for tips? Does he give them?
Yes,
Do you give her pointers?
She asks me, I give them, she doesn't take them.
That is not true.
Always the case.
No, what is it?
She'll ask me, I'll say, she's like, oh yeah, that's good. She doesn't do it. She'll go ask somebody else, they say, she goes and do it.
That is so not true.
That's exactly
no, what
true.
did you say when on my first match?
It's all the time.
I did everything at Money in the Bank. He gave me 3 tips, and I in my head.
And she argued for months.
That's not true at all. The whole time I was doing the match, those 3 things were going through my head.
Because I had to
Take
drill
your
him.
time.
I had to drill him in your head.
Aggression, facials.
I was telling her for months. I was trying to teach her suplexes. She's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. For months we argued. And finally she goes out there, she does all the suplexes. Thank you. I'm like, you could have done it from day one. I don't have to argue with you for 3 months.
Everyone loved my suplexes too. They put them on. It was all him.
What do you want to help her do next?
Stay home. I want her to do, well, she is going to do the best because she is just the hardest worker I know. So I can only be there and support her because she wouldn't listen to me for 1, and for 2, she doesn't really need me to support her because she's going to do it anyways.
Is it harder to be not together on screen when you develop such a chemistry in building that? It's one of the things that differentiates you to begin with.
It's her time to do her own thing. We've been together for so long, and we're gonna come back together. That's just 1,000% gonna happen. But it's time for her to establish her own name into the women's division because she hasn't done it before. She has such a big name in the males division. And now she's moving on to something.
Wait, you don't want me to be champion? The first Ravishing champion?
That's what I just said. You're establishing your name in your women's division.
But I thought you wanted me to become the first Ravishing champion of all time.
But it's going to happen.
But you didn't say those exact words.
She is going to become a women's champion.
No, the first Ravishing champion of all
The
time.
first Ravishing champion
Of all time.
of all time.
Now say it with passion. Like Machka.
She's going to
You said.
You said passion, so I'm trying to give you
I was
passion.
not like Machka in it at all.
No, she really is though, because she works too hard not to succeed. She's too much.
I would love for him to come out one day and be like, Lana Machka! And then I go like this, and I put someone in an accolade, and and then I make history. Okay.
That's the belt. That's the
See how
WrestleMania.
excited she gets.
Can you imagine that?
That'd be amazing.
People would lose their mind.
You have to get your own tank too. You got to bring back the tank
Oh my gosh, if I came out in a tank, that would be
You need a mini tank.
next to your big tank.
A little mini
I'm
tank.
gonna ride the
like
big
that.
one, she's gonna ride the mini one. Or maybe she'll kick me out of my big one and she'll take that and she'll send me to the little one.
That's fair.
That sounds more like it.
Sounds great.
Nobody takes the spot away from me. And I mean nobody.
I mean, he kind of took the spotlight away from me, but it's because he's just so good. You know, he's the super athlete. He's the best.
That's
I
true.
do what I can.
He's the best. There's no one as good as him. Like, truthfully, there's no one.
Keep it coming.
No, but like it's true. Like there's literally no one of his size that has his athletic ability. Like when I say he's the super athlete, I'm not just saying it a form of propaganda. Like he's super athlete. And he's gonna become champion, and then he's gonna be like Lana Machka, and I'm gonna become champion. We're gonna become champions.
Is there anything you want him to do differently in the ring, in the way that he's portraying his character now in WWE?
Please.
No, I think
Please do say.
I think when it comes to wrestling, I mean that's the reason why I.
Oh,
am
she
not
doesn't want me
manag-
to yell too much.
No, that's not true. One of the reasons why I feel like I don't need to manage him right now is because I feel like I have taught him everything I need to teach him and helped him everything, and that's why I have to go use my amazing ravishing ambition with other women to help bring them to the top. And so I think he can, I have to help give him the ravishing ambition.
She was giving me advice of how to speak better on the microphone.
Yeah, I did that. I have to coach him on that.
Because I intend to yell a lot, but it's just it gets more passionate. I hate these people, so I yell. And she's just trying to advise me not to do that. So that's what she was advising me.
Yeah, it's more about promos. Though I think in wrestling and competing, he's the best. Promos, I have to coach him. We have to go through. I have to okay, let's go through it 7 more times. And because if you have a conversation and you talk, then when you yell and scream, it means more and people listen.
Sure. Do you think doing things like Southpaw Original Wrestling helps as well, and finding a different side of yourself?
I'm gonna.
Into season 2?
He boycotted it.
Contract problems. I
Contract
asked
problems.
for too much money.
We had to find out what was going to happen.
I know. I'm kind of upset.
The devil was there.
I know.
He was.
When they pay us
Green
our
Monster.
money. No, actually, he's really, really funny. He's way funnier than me. Pretty much all my funny lines I probably have taken from him.
Yeah, she still owns my lines.
Yeah.
But then she's like, no, I just borrowed them. She just borrows them. So how do you argue with that?
I love. There's so many fun promos we did, like the cake one with Roman Reigns.
That was amazing.
But I also want some of my favorite things with him is when we weren't getting along and he had a Summer as a girlfriend. So, but those were some of my favorite when he's yelling at me. Our favorite moments.
TMZ fixed that though.
Yeah,
We got past that.
Exactly. Now we're back. Now love is back.
Yes.
Yeah.